Oh boy, you thought Texas was just going to be a normal race. Well, you know everything's bigger in Texas, and in fact, it really is. The banking is bigger, the speeds are higher. It's going to be super speedway style racing at the modified Texas Motor Speedway. It's going to be a very, very wild and chaotic one, but it's sure going to produce some fantastic racing. We've made it to the Samsung 500. It's all part of the DPORL Cup Series 2024. Hello everybody, this is Drew Webb, or That DP Guy, and welcome to another DPORL Cup Series race at Texas Motor Speedway. However, it comes with a twist, and I kept this one secret. It is actually the Texas Super Speedway under the name of Texas Motor Speedway. So we're going to see some Super Speedway racing, 29-degree banking, and it's going to be absolutely wild. Just thought I'd spice things up a little bit. Credit to the creator, this track will be in the description because I thought this was a pretty darn cool track. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get to the starting lineup for the Samsung 500. On pole, you can see it is Laura Chung in the 99. After some horrific accidents this year, Laura Chung is on pole today, looking to have a good run. Brandon Rose in the 77 on the outside of row number 1. You have Matthew Hubert in row 2 with CJ Grider on the outside of row 2. Caleb Holloway, who is up there in points, looking to stay up in points, alongside Alex Smith in the 27. In row number 4, Kyler Sustry, one of our winners this year, and Bernardo de Oliveira in the 37. And finally, in row 5, Benny Watson, who won last week at Talladega, and Bradley Ream in the 6 machine. And so, with all that being out of the way, we're going to go down in just a little bit and get the command for, what's going to be an absolutely wild event, Could get crazy, could be pretty calm, we're going to get some pack racing. But let's now go down and get the command to fire engines at Texas Motor Speedway.
Drivers, start your engines!
All right, the command has been given. All 40 drivers rolling off once the pace car decides to go. Looks like the pace car has decided to go. We've gotten the weird glitch thingy again where they really don't want to go, so that's kind of fun. That's wonderful. Let's wait for all that to get sorted out. This has happened once before this year where it's gotten weird. Laura Chung's decided to go, and now the rest of the field decides to go. So everybody out there, and let's make sure everybody can get to the pace car. Let's take a look at your race info while that happens. 67 laps, 100 miles. There is no fuel window because we don't do fuel windows at super speedways for the most part, except for Talladega last week. And the pit strategy, if the tires wear more than expected, you could pit under caution. We don't really know how tire wear is going to be. It's a very green racetrack, and we kind of expect it to eat up tires a bit. Looks like everybody is going to get all caught up, so everything's going to be good there. And everybody's going to be rolling off from Texas. You can see all 29 degrees of that banking. I mean, it is up there. We've got ourselves a super speedway race in our hands, and I am so excited to bring it to you here live on DPTV. As the pace car makes that left turn, we're going to get ready to go racing here at Texas Motor Speedway. It's going to be Laura Chung leading the field to green at Texas. Coming to the line, Laura Chung is going to lead the first lap. A very, very clean start. at the moment. Looks like everybody got through, and now we are single file at the front. We've got some action out back, though, as Caleb Holloway trying to chase down Laura Chung. Now, because this is a mile and a half, we could see the pack start to split here, with two cars kind of pulling away from the rest of the field. We'll see if that happens. But right now, Laura Chung and Caleb Holloway have been able to build a little bit of a gap. You can see we've got three wide racing through the tri-oval, sorts itself out. But Justin Henley got in the middle there. Laura Chung continuing to lead. All these cars really washing up the track. You know, that's something we kind of expected to see. You know, you don't quite have the grip that you have at the traditional super speedways because the corner radius is just a little bit tighter. So you expect these guys to all wash up the track, have a little bit of trouble. But right now, Laura Chung continuing to lead the pack, and we are flying through this race. And I mean absolutely flying. Let's check lap times. They're a little bit slower than in qualifying. These qualifying laps were wicked fast. They just taped it up and went. But right now, they are still going pretty darn fast. 29-second lap times. Blaine Keys to second on Benny Watson, and gonna try and challenge for the lead on Laura Chung. You can see Zach Magoon making the pass on Caleb Holloway. Here comes Reggie Fogelman. And a very, very unique style of racing. You know, we're all kind of staying in a pack, but, you know, starting to break apart in some places as Blaine Keys going to challenge for that lead. Here we go. The 31 to the inside on Laura Chung. It's going to work. Blaine Keys is the new leader of the race in the 31, and Zach Magoon now to second. Let's see what this 12 can do. Potentially looking to the inside. Is the 31 going to block? Looks like actually the 31 gets a very, very nice run on the high side. And is actually going to pull away temporarily from the pack. How about this for Blaine Keys? Just staying cool, calm, and collected up front. Well, these guys behind battle. Reggie Fogelman now into second position. And is going to try and hunt down the 31 for the lead on lap 7 of 67. These cars still running full steam ahead. I mean, they are just moving around this mile and a half track. Daniel Voiles is now taking second position away from Reggie Fogelman, and Caleb Holloway might take third away as Voiles looks to the inside off of 4. What a move! We're going to come right down to the line, and Daniel Voiles is going to lead that lap. How about that for the 40? We started off the exhibition season pretty darn strong, but once we got to the regular season, just haven't done too much at this point in the race. Or season, excuse me. Caleb Holloway in second right now. Ludovic Charette in third. You know, Ludovic started, I believe, mid-pack, but has worked his way up to the front of this group. Very good job for the 11, but going to get passed by Laura Chung once again. As the pack starting to split, you can see further back. This pack is really starting to break up. You can see Jack Haas holding on. There's Caleb Rose kind of hanging on. Looks like everybody is still part of this lead draft. No driver has fallen off yet. As Caleb Holloway maintains second position on the high side from Laura Chung. That move didn't work out as we're going to go 3 wide for a bit. Now back down to 2 wide as Ryan Durrani smartly decided to back out there. And Alex Sanvital now to the third place in this race. Chung starting to back up on the outside. Maybe some of these drivers at the front are starting to use up their tires. Remember, very, very green racetrack, really starting to rubber in. We got a traction compound running in this middle groove. Applied it just a couple of days ago. It looks like all these drivers handling it beautifully. And actually, now that I think about it, this middle groove has kind of become more of a preferred line for running. Now passing's being done on the inside, but the middle kind of looks like where everybody wants to run. So maybe that extra grip helping all these drivers. Oh, caution out. Caution is out. Logan Williams, Bruno Diacomo. Voiles leads him back to the line, but from what I can see, it's Logan Williams, Bruno Diacomo caught up in this. Matthew Hubert in the 36. Are they wrecking up here? Oh, no, okay. That's where the wreck occurred. So we missed it live. Sam at Oskin with damage. Wyatt O'Connor with some door damage. Yeah, you can see Matthew Hubert, Bruno Diacomo, Logan Williams, all with damage on lap 12. Oh, there's Bryce Egan with damage. Didn't see Bryce Egan with all that damage. So you can see, it races like a super speedway. We have some wrecks. We have some craziness. Everybody deciding to stay out at this point, which is a little bit surprising considering the potential state of tire wear. Oh, Skylar Taylor must have been involved in that. Huge damage for the 96. I'd assume the 96 is probably going to be out of this race. Alex Smith at the back of the pack. You can see everybody coming down pit lane that needs service. But right now, we're going to go ahead and check out what happened to bring out the first caution of the day at Texas Motor Speedway. Well, this angle tells it all here. You can see Matthew Hubert coming down. We'll get you a slow-mo and a full speed on this. First with the slow-mo, the 36 comes down on the 55, and that's just going to cause an absolute mess when Hubert comes down. Now watch this. They're going to get hooked together and head towards that inside wall, and this is an absolutely brutal impact. Let's watch. Here's Matthew Hubert, Bruno Diacomo heading towards that inside wall, barely missing the cone, barely missing the pace car. Oh, man! What a huge hit. Bruno Diacomo on his side. Unbelievable hit. And then you can see Hubert goes up and tags Oskin. Look at this. Collects O'Connor. Oh, man. Nose-to-nose impact on Diacomo and Logan Williams. And look at these cars piling in. There's Skylar Taylor piling in. Absolutely nowhere to go. Clips Logan Williams. And you can see the 38 on his side. And is going to go over in all of this. Watch this. The 38 gets back on the other side and goes flipping. As all these cars come down the racetrack, the 38. Yeah, very tough luck there to end up upside down. But you can see with this banking, once you hit the bottom, it's going to snag and it's going to start rolling over even a little bit more. So you can see the 38 going over. Rear end in the catch fence on the inside over the tire barrier. And eventually will come to a rest off the tire wall. Wow, just an unbelievable wreck. Very, very hard hits. We're going to go ahead and watch it in real time so you can get a true grasp of how hard these hits were. Here you go, Bruno Diacomo in the 55. Gonna just make his way to the inside. Matthew Hubert's gonna come down. And they just get hooked together, and here they go. Oh, man! That is brutal in real time. And then here comes Logan Williams down flipping. Wow. Wow. All I can say is wow. Just an absolutely huge hit for the 55, for the 38, for the 96, for everyone involved in that. Just glad everybody is okay after all that. And knowing that, we'll head to the restart here at Texas. Lights are out on the pace car. Daniel Voiles currently leads this race over Alex Sanvital, Laura Chung, Blaine Keys, and Caleb Holloway. There's Ludovic Charette back there, Benny Watson, Justin Henley. All of them looking for a win this year. Every driver looking for a win this race. Why did I say this year? I have no clue. Some of these drivers have wins, but whatever. Let's get to the restart. Daniel Voiles leads them back to green. Laura Chung immediately dives to the inside. Benny Watson dives it even lower to the inside. 3 wide on Ludovic Charette and Caleb Holloway. But Daniel Voiles continues to lead this race. Voiles still leading over Laura Chung, Alex Sanvital, Blaine Keys as they get organized and get up to speed. Here comes Reggie Fogelman, maybe taking a look on Benny Watson, thought better of it. Ludovic Charette falling back just a bit. Look at this, Laura Chung to the inside of Daniel Voiles. Nice move there for the 99 to the lead. They're side by side down the backstretch, but Chung will obviously clear into 3 and 4. How about that for this 99? Got some fight back towards the front. Working out real well for the Aflac machine. And now Blaine Keys on the inside, looking for second. Boyles is going to fall back. Laura Chung went high. Here comes Blaine Keys for the lead. Wow, what a move. We've got some great racing after the restart. All these drivers going for every position. How about that? And Blaine Keys will take the lead of this race as Jack Haas goes 3 wide on Reggie Fogelman and Daniel Voiles. How about that? All the way up through the field to now 5th position after passing Reggie Fogelman. Watch out for that 95. But right now, Blaine Keys continuing to lead. Benny Watson looking to the inside of Laura Chung. Let's see if there's a move in 3 and 4. Oh, almost 3 wide, but Laura Chung went for the move. And now the 99 will go back to the lead. So they are going back and forth. Some fantastic stuff from these drivers. Benny Watson now to second. Jack Haas to third. Can Benny Watson now challenge for the lead? And Watson's been on an absolute tear recently. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Hasn't had some great results, but of course won the last race and has been climbing up these points once again after a strong start to the year. So let's see what the 34 can do as we head towards the end of the season. You never know. May be able to challenge for this championship. As you know, it's a pretty wide gap at the top of this championship, but that could close very quickly if one move goes wrong at some point in the season. There's Benny Watson all over Laura Chung. We have a top 3 breakaway. Laura Chung, Benny Watson, Jack Haas, and Ludovic Charette trying to join that trio as RJ Beers has made his way through the pack. How about that? Beers started 38th in this event and is up to 5th. Amazing job for the driver of the 19 as Jack Haas now makes the move to the inside on Benny Watson and will potentially challenge for this lead on Laura Chung, but not quite this corner. Actually, never mind. Will challenge for the lead this corner. Jack Haas will take the lead of this race. How about that? The driver of the 95, who's had absolutely abysmal luck, is last in points at this point. Absolutely miserable season. Just a terrible season to this point. Won a race that would have been legitimate, but unfortunately got downgraded to an exhibition event. Still going to participate in the Pepsi All-Star Challenge for that exhibition win. But look at this. The field really, really spread out as these tires have worn. You can see Jack Haas pulling away from Watson and Chung right now. Beers and Charette are gaining. You can see Ream, Magoon, Durrani, Keys, Sustride all trying to make their way up towards the front. Here goes Chung on Watson once again as both of them close on Jack Haas that time. Look at that. RJ Beers now to 4th position and closing on this lead group. Bradley Ream to 5th. They're all going to come together at one point, and when they do, it's going to be quite the battle for sure. Chung just hanging on to the back of Jack Haas, who has led this race from about lap 22 or so, and trying to hang on and lead to the end. How about Jack Haas? And how about Laura Chung? Who might have a run here and might look to the inside in 1 and 2. Let's watch. Can Chung make that move? No, just going to stay right in tow as Watson falls off just a little bit from this group. You can see RJ Beers is closing, but can he close enough to drag this second group into the front? Let's see what Chung does down the front stretch. Gonna make the move. Laura Chung on Jack Haas. Get ready for another lead change on lap 27 of 67. There goes Laura Chung to the lead of the race. Jack Haas gonna file down to second. And Benny Watson remains third as RJ Beers keeps closing in on the lead trio. Looks like Beers is here. He's brought a group with him. So we're single file for now, but I probably wouldn't say for too long because these drivers are absolutely on a roll right now. Chung pulls away just a bit from Jack Haas, who had to check up pretty heavily that time, as RJ Beers now looking for third position. Gonna get by Benny Watson. Can Bradley Ream follow? Yes, Bradley Ream will be able to follow, and Zach Magoon will also follow. How about that? We've now got ourselves a larger lead draft, but right now, Laura Chung and Jack Haas are pulling away just a bit, as Bradley Ream is now third and has cycled out RJ Beers. Here comes Haas with a big run to the inside. Jack Haas looking for the lead once again on Laura Chung. Not going to get there, and actually Ream's going to have a huge run on the outside. How about that? Bradley Ream, can he make it stick on the outside? Doesn't look like it's going to work. So Ream's going to try and file back in, but even that doesn't work as Zach Magoon gets to the inside. Now to third position. It's clear Laura Chung and Jack Haas have strong cars, but you know, this second group, it could definitely get there. Let's check and see if any cars have fallen off the lead draft real quick. There's Oskin and O'Connor, and Barretto is right there, still with the lead group. All right, only 2 cars off the lead draft, and they're running relatively quick. So that's good news for these drivers. Jack Haas looking once again for the race lead. Not quite going to get there because he doesn't have the help to get there. But help's coming fast. We got the top 4 right there. Magoon looks inside. I don't think that's going to work. Going to have to really check up down there. Remember, the middle line is really the preferred line later into these runs. You know, with the traction compound down to help this middle lane, it's kind of made the middle lane the favorable lane. And you can see it right here. Laura Chung was able to hold that middle lane as Jack Haas was not able to hold the bottom. Very unfortunate for Jack Haas, but still in second position. We're not expecting any green flag pit stops, but if times fall off enough, I guess you could see some come into play. Blaine Keys is now third. Made the move on Zach Magoon, but the top 2 just continuing to roll. Ryan Durrani getting by Zach Magoon. Now Bradley Ream getting back by. Benny Watson's going to get back by pretty soon. Let's see in 3 and 4. Looks like they will get by. Magoon had to lift. RJ Beers now looking to the inside. That's going to happen. Blaine Keys has joined Laura Chung and Jack Haas at the front. Let's see what Keys has for this top duo. Not much. Chung gets the run off the corner, actually gets a pretty decent run on Jack Haas, but not going to happen that time. We're going to be over halfway in this event already. And all these drivers fighting for every single position. It's a unique pack race, still technically a pack race, but one with lots of finesse and throttle control. You don't see that very often. You know, I tried to create that at Daytona, but this is doing a really good job at Texas Motor Speedway, or as it's called on Stunod Racing, Texas Super Speedway. So I will link that in the description if any of you are interested. It is a fantastic track to run on. But right now, Laura Chung trying to get past Jack Haas desperately as Haas is the leader. What can Laura Chung do? We've got a lead group of about, let's see, 7 drivers right now. RJ Beers hanging on to the back. It's Haas, Chung, Keys, Durrani, Ream, Watson, and Beers in the lead group, with Magoon falling off the lead group. And even RJ Beers is starting to fall off just a bit. But everybody really coming together at the front. That can work wonders in terms of the racing product. Here we go, Laura Chung off of turn 2. That's a great spot to make a move. Chung got the run and is now side by side with Haas. Can Chung complete the move in 3? Absolutely, Laura Chung takes the lead away. How about that? And RJ Beers really falling off the lead group. Benny Watson's starting to fall off just a bit. And some of these drivers that didn't manage their tires as well are really starting to fade just a bit. Jack Haas falls all the way behind Benny Watson. And now it's Laura Chung leading Blaine Keys and Ryan Durrani. Durrani and the 21 haven't talked about this 21 machine. Made it 5 wide at Michigan in that infamous wreck. But, you know, the 21's been pretty darn good this year, and, you know, we don't give him a lot of respect, but Ryan Durrani and the 21 has been very solid, trying to hunt down a potential win and a spot in the Pepsi All-Star Challenge. Remember, that is up for grabs. Of course, Laura Chung still looking for a spot, and actually Blaine Keys looking for a spot, so all 3 of these drivers could potentially win their way in. But right now, we get lap 40 of 67, and we are chugging along. Now that this pack is split, you know, we're not looking for cautions at this point. I think we might run green to the end, but I've seen crazier for sure. Keys all over the back bumper of Laura Chung. Can Blaine Keys make any move at all? We're down to just 2 cars up front right now, and Keys is going to make that move. Here we go, Blaine Keys to the inside, going to complete the pass on Laura Chung. How about that? And now Chung's going to fall back even behind Durrani, it looks like. Wow. So Laura Chung maybe lost her focus just a bit, and that's going to hurt massively. Going to have to work her way back up through the field. Well, actually, Chung found a great spot in 3rd position, so that was very nice slotting in. Now just 5 cars in what you could call a lead draft, but Boyles and Beers are working to get their way up to the front once again. We're just winding down these laps as Ryan Durrani gaining rapidly on Blaine Keys in the 31. This could get interesting, and we could have Durrani challenge for the lead. How about this? Could Ryan Durrani make a move into 1? Let's see. Jack Haas makes a move through the tri-oval on Bradley Ream, and so Jack Haas is now to the 4th position, making his way back up once again. Here comes Durrani down the backstretch with help from Laura Chung. This is for the lead of the race. Ryan Durrani makes a move to the inside, but it looks like Keys is going to be able to hold off Durrani, and actually Laura Chung got to the inside of Durrani. So unfortunately for Ryan Durrani, that just really did not work. And now Jack Haas is to 3rd place and challenging for 2nd on Laura Chung. Wow, the 95 and 99 are both rockets today. But can they get by Blaine Keys in the 31? That's the question. Haas looking lower, looking even lower than Laura Chung for 2nd place. And Jack Haas has made his way back up to 2nd. How about that? Maybe challenging for the lead pretty soon. Blaine Keys has got to be worried seeing that 95 just charge through the pack like it was nothing. Can Jack Haas potentially take the lead away and control this race? We'll just have to see. Haas got a pretty good run off the corner. Let's see, any moves into 1. 1's not really the place you want to make moves. You kind of want to make it off a 2 and potentially down the backstretch, because then you can really work it in turn 3. But unfortunately for Jack Haas, that really did not work out. So Haas falls back all the way into the clutches of Laura Chung, and Chung's going to get back by Jack Haas. And all this battling just allows Blaine Keys to pull away just ever so slightly. But Laura Chung, also very, very fast. Can't count her out in this race. Look at that, already gained most of that gap back. Laura Chung also with an absolute rocket ship of a car. Who all's in our lead draft? We got Keys, Chung, Haas, In fourth, we got Durrani, then Ream, then Beers, then Magoon, then Voyle. And Watson's fallen off the lead group. Lap cars in the distance. You can see Ozkin and O'Connor in the distance, but nothing to worry about right now as Laura Chung makes the perfect move off a 2 to get side by side down the backstretch and get a nose into 3. And that's all that matters. If you can get that nose into 3, you'll probably clear into 1. As Blaine Keys had to slide and check up. And look at that. Jack Haas made it through. Laura Chung made it through. And Laura Chung leads the race. Ryan Durrani now to third and is clear. You can see Bradley Ream now taking fourth position away. Looks like Keys is going to fall all the way back. And that's very unfortunate for the driver of the 31. Jack Haas and Laura Chung, the two dominant cars, have made their way back up front. And it's going to be hard to stop. But the question is, can Jack Haas run down Laura Chung, or will these lap cars potentially play a role in the outcome of this race? We'll just have to see. But Jack Haas got a massive run off the corner. Peaked to the inside, but that's just not going to work. Checked up big time, and Durrani might clear here. Not quite. Durrani had to check up, and that's going to allow Haas to maintain second. Ream to third, Beers to fourth, Magoon to fifth. How about that? Got a flying top 5 here, and RJ Beers and Bradley Ream have just put themselves in the conversation as Samet Ozkin and Wyatt O'Connor loom in the distance. They're not too far away at this point. Laura Chung's going to come up on them, fast. We're going to have to see how this 99 navigates the traffic. Can Laura Chung get around cleanly? That will be the question. Looks like she's going to catch him into turns 3 and 4. We'll see. Here we go. Laura Chung trying to navigate the lap cars. Lead group has caught the lap cars. And off of 4, Chung gets to the inside of Ozkin. That's going to work out and get to the inside. No, did not get to the inside of O'Connor. But just not quite. Look at that. Chung had to wash up the track just a bit. And that helped Jack Haas. Can Haas do anything with the momentum? No, because he's blocked by 2 cars. You can see Wyatt O'Connor just not allowing Jack Haas to make the move. Haas will get to the inside. Wyatt O'Connor will slot in behind those 2. Jack Haas making a move for the lead on lap 54 of 67. Bradley Ream joining the mix as Wyatt O'Connor, the lap car, falls back. Jack Haas to the lead of the race. How about that? And while we've got time, real quick, DPORL question of the week. What gimmick would you like to see in the Pepsi All-Star Challenge? You all said field reversal at halfway, but I will go ahead and put in a Discord poll so you can truly vote on that. Everybody in the Discord. New DPORL question of the week, real quick. Which race time do you prefer? All dates and times in Eastern Time. Would you like Friday night, Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, or Sunday at noon like this race? This race being on a Sunday at noon Eastern. Make sure you vote in that, and I will take that into account for the rest of the season. Now that we got that out of the way, we can go ahead and watch a great race to the finish. Right now, the top 3 have separated themselves. Jack Haas over Laura Chung and Bradley Ream. What can Laura Chung do to get back by Jack Haas? It's going to be a tough ask to get back by. But we'll just have to see. Oh man, I am absolutely thrilled to see the finish of this race. It's been a great race so far. So much action at the front of the field. And now we're really coming down to it. Just 11 laps to go. And Jack Haas leading this race over Laura Chung and Bradley Ream. Those 3 have kind of pulling away a little bit from the number 19 of RJ Beers. And then back behind, Wyatt O'Connor has held up the rest of the group, which would be the 40 of Daniel Voiles, Ryan Durrani, Zach Magoon, Blaine Keys, Benny Watson, and then Ludovic Charette is leading that third group even farther back. Laura Chung has continued to close on Jack Haas as Ream looms in the background. Will Laura Chung make the move into 3? No, not at the moment. As Ryan Durrani, you saw in the background, looking to the inside of Wyatt O'Connor. That's a crucial move to get by and potentially get back up and challenge this lead group. Looks like it didn't happen though. Looks like Wyatt O'Connor still leading that group as a lap car. Ream starting to really fall off of this top 2 as Chung is all over Jack Haas. Here we go! With under 10 laps to go, Chung made a charge and it did not work. Now Chung and Ream are side by side, but Chung's going to keep the position because off of 4, Ream really has to check up. And now Jack Haas with a huge, huge lead. And Bradley Ream's fallen all the way back to the clutches of RJ Beer. Real quick where there's not action at the front. Here's Wyatt O'Connor leading this group here that looks like finally the 21 of Ryan Durrani is going to get through. There's Ludovic Charette leading this group, and actually looking to the inside is Reggie Fogelman. Even farther back, Alexandra Tall, Eric Monaco. There's Kyler Sustry leading a little group there. You can see Igor Barreto, Caleb Holloway, Dylan Matthews. There's Caleb Rose, with Gutierrez side by side. And that is the next traffic. Jack Haas is leading on lap 61 of 67. Ream's fallen all the way back to RJ Beers. And now it's up to those two to try and somehow catch the top 2. And it's really up to Laura Chung to try and challenge for this win with just 6 laps to go. Can Chung get there and make the pass for the win? Looks like Chung is gaining rapidly on Jack Haas. Oh boy, we're going to have a battle on our hands right here. It's time to go wild. Laura Chung just going to hang it all out there to try and beat Jack Haas, who's looking for any sort of positive momentum at all to change around the season. 63 of 67, just 5 laps to go for Jack Haas. Chung closed just a bit that time, but not a whole lot. Chung needs to get closer to make that move, and I don't know if it's going to happen. Let's watch the gap to the third group. You never know what this third group could do. Let's watch the gap at the line. Here we go. So Haas leads, going to be by about 0.2, and then the second group of 2 stays about even. So it's all Laura Chung trying to get by Jack Haas. Oh man, just 4 laps to go. We're going to be coming to 3 laps to go. And it's so intense. Haas with the better entry. Gonna get a great run and gonna start to pull away from Laura Chung. This is absolutely huge for Jack Haas as Laura Chung falls back. Had a bad corner that time. But you know that 99 has absolutely no quit. Down the backstretch with just 2.5 laps to go, coming to 2 laps to go. Laura Chung eating into that gap once again. Haas with the better entry and potentially the better exit out of 4. Looks like Haas is in pretty good shape. We got just 2 laps to go. As Chung stays pretty much even that time. 3rd and 4th place, falling back. What can Laura Chung do to steal this win away? Got a good run off the corner. Not going to close enough though. Chung has to have a good 3 and 4. Having a bad 3 and 4 is not an option. And looks like it was an okay 3 and 4, but not the best. 1 more lap to go for Jack Haas as Chung closes in big time. Here we go. Into 1 and 2. Looks like Haas got a good entry. Gonna get a good exit off the corner. That could be all he needs. Jack Haas, unbelievably, from last in points, is going to steal this race, or I shouldn't say steal this race. He earned this race Off of turn number 4, Jack Haas wins the Samsung 500 at Texas. How about that for Jack Haas? It didn't matter. You didn't need that exhibition win. You're in the All-Star race with what some would say a legitimate win. How about that? Congratulations, first career win. I'll say, yeah, first career win because it's a true win on the channel, not one that never aired. Wow, Jack Haas able to hold on for the win over Laura Chung. There's Bradley Ream. RJ Beers just couldn't quite get there. And then the group behind. Oh, man, what a race. Oh, man, I enjoyed this race so much. This is definitely going to be a returner to next year's schedule. I can tell you that right now. Because this was fantastic stuff. I enjoyed this so much. And when it came down to it, let's see how much those tires wore. Not too much. Just a second of fall off for Jack Haas. And that could be attributed to the draft. So actually, these tires held on pretty darn well for these cars. And, you know, that's a good sight to see. Everybody able to just hang on. But as you can see, looking at the official standings here, Jack Haas, true first career win on the channel. Laura Chung getting second. Another great run for the 99. Bradley Ream gets third. Another very solid run. And RJ Beers continues a solid run streak going. Ryan Durrani in fifth. Great top 5 finish. Daniel Voiles, once again, great run in sixth. You can see Benny Watson in 7th. That's going to help eat into the points lead. Blaine Keys in 8th. You can see there's Zach Magoon in 9th. And Tom Sloan from 40th on the grid gets a top 10 out of this. How about that? There's Reggie Fogelman just outside the top 10. Looking at other notable finishers, Lucien Bianchi finishes 17th, so didn't maximize the points today. Ludovic Charette 20th. You can see further down, CJ Greider 24th, Igor Barreto 28th, Nick Kensington 29th. Did not have a good run today, so that's very notable for the points. We've had 5 DNFs due to accident. Bruno Diacomo, Matthew Hubert, Logan Williams, Skylar Taylor, Bryce Egan, with Sam Oskin and Wyatt O'Connor 1 lap down, and Dylan Matthews, the last car on the lead lap. Well, I gotta say, that was an absolute thriller. I was so glad to have you watch this. I mean, I just enjoyed this race so much, you know. I just could not believe the type of racing it put on. And, you know, I'd love to have more races like these. But unfortunately, I think we head to Phoenix next week, and we all know how that race is. So enjoy it while it's here. And, you know, maybe we'll try and get some other races like this on the schedule for next year. But yeah, I thought this was a great race. I enjoyed every second of it. And it's Jack Haas with his first true career win on the channel. We're going to go ahead and take a look at those point standings. We're getting closer and closer to the midway point in the season. And I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. This is Drew Webb, or That DP Guy, signing off.